What is the most disgusting thing you have ever done that you took pleasure in? My wife and I had 2 daughters, 13 and 10, with an outwardly harmonious marriage. Until subtle signs began emerging, she became inseparable from her phone, deleted saved passwords on our shared computer, and hastily ended calls when I entered rooms. 15 years of marriage made me reluctant to believe the worst, but when she claimed to be spending time with the kids one day, I followed her. Sure enough, she drove to a hotel to meet a man I'll call Steve. The discovery hit like a sledgehammer, and I spent hours crying alone. After emerging from my pit of self-pity, I decided to strike back. After careful consideration, I chose a relatively civil approach, gathering evidence. Instead of hiring a private investigator, I purchased tiny cameras and microphones, installing them throughout the house while she was at work, including one above the bed. Days later, I suggested a weekend trip with the kids. This wasn't unusual, as I'd always been the one cooking, nurturing our daughters, and spending time with them while she worked or drank. This trip perfectly concealed my true intention. I'd already contacted a lawyer to draft separation papers, aiming for both custody and the house. Reviewing the footage upon return revealed not just a 36-hour affair, but shocking conversations. I learned Steve was married, and my wife ruthlessly mocked my physique, ridiculed my insecurities, and complained about my inadequacies. Most heartbreaking was her sharing my deepest secrets, including my suicide attempt at 16, vulnerabilities I'd only ever shared with her. At that moment, I knew exactly what my next move would be.